We are doing a live stream. It is just marvelous. How is everyone? Not that there's anyone here, but if you were, how are you? I hope you are well, even if you aren't here. Today I thought I would do a live stream because I haven't done one for a while. Welcome. Stephen. Adam. Welcome, friends. How are you? And host Beef. The hostess with the mostest. Starting with black screen pod today. Instantly. Where's the bubbles? Get the bubbles. There it is. I hope you enjoy bubbles, because bubbles is what you will get. I just need to... Oh, there's Galen. He wants bubbles. What Galen wants, Galen gets. How is everyone? Apart from Galen. I know how Galen is. Bry, welcome. Afro Iron Knight, welcome to you. How are you all keeping? I hope you are well. There's 11 people watching. Right, I hope you like the thumbnail. You were a big fan of the thumbnail the last time I did one. I imagine Galen would be a fan of this thumbnail as well. Fragrance Journey. Always a good day when Fragrance Journey pops up. The GOAT. The GOAT. Cheers, Robert. Antonio Hobson. How you doing? FCM 415. Wearing Millesime Imperial at work. Nice. They don't deserve you. Drawn by sense. Hello. Cats and ducks. Is that wise? I don't know. I imagine cats and ducks could live. If anything, I imagine the ducks would be the angriest. The goat of thumbnails. It's a good cat, isn't it? Are you a fan of a cat, Bry? Steve Tampton, did you see Ashton's video about free bottles? I enjoyed it. Also, FCM, before I go, have you seen Ash's video yesterday? We were talking about just that. Yes. Yes, I have. I thought it was brilliant. I did a community post on directing people to the thing. Not that anybody who's subscribed to me isn't subscribed to Ashton. Do you know what I mean? But it was a great video, I thought. I thought it was fantastic. It's about time somebody shone a light. He did the same thing with Scentbird a couple of years ago. I think Ashton's got a limit for how much bullshittery he's willing to accept, which is spot on. But it's what he's done there. We'll talk about it properly later. But in answer to your question, what do I think about it? I think that as consumers of fragrance content, we deserve to know how this shit works, because it's us that has to pay for it. Because fuck knows they don't pay for their bottles. You know what I mean? I've always said. Antonio Hobson, scent of the day. Trumper. Sandalwood, not Trump Sandalwood. Trumper. Sandalwood. Fantastic. Actually, I was given a bottle of that today by a very nice person. Sent me a full bottle of that and a full bottle of Encre Noir Extreme. I stink, says he told it like it was. Totally agree. Where to get Trump a sandal in USA? It's a very good question, FCM. I'm not in the USA. Sorry, I don't know. Drawn by sense. Yes, saw your post and watched it. Fantastic. He told it like it is. He did. I stink. You're absolutely spot on. I am in nightclubbing Celine today. Tremendous. Bri, when are you going to do some videos? Just turn your camera on and start talking like I do. Essentially, my videos are like a barely contained stream of consciousness. It's like this is why I like live streams, because I can just like witter on about fucking all sorts, like, and just meander through like the next couple of hours talking bollocks with you. Like, excuse me whilst I hydrate. Galen says small flower sells trumper. So if you go to small flower, did you just put in small flower into a search engine, Galen? This is why it's handy to have people like Galen, you see. He knows all the little nooks and crannies. Or the nooks and grannies, if you believe the rumours. Good day then. Amazon. Amazon sells it apparently. Hello there, Michael John. Welcome. Hello, Jorge Silva or George Silva. Apologies. That welcome friends intro is like therapy. One day, Rich. It's quite therapeutic, you know, just to, for some strange reason, I find it easier to just talk into thin air than I do to people in real life. Do you know what I mean? Because there's no one there to look at you as if you're talking shit. So even if you are talking shit, and especially when you're talking shit, you can just do it without feeling like you're being judged until, of course, it goes live, and then you are being judged. But that's later, so you can deal with it. Today I blind bought Tom Ford white patchouli in a local store. Not bad. It's not bad, white patchouli. It's not bad. I don't hate it. It's a creamy sort of patchouli, isn't it? It's quite perfumey though. I can't be bothered to teach you to use the internet. I can't be bothered to teach you how to use the internet. You can't be bothered to use the fucking keyboard properly, can you, Galen? Okay, Silver, yes. It is. It's got that sort of creaminess. It's very nice. I like it, I must admit. I saw that Gent Sense video recommended. I liked it. Yeah, I liked it as well. You recommended. You teach the internet about Amber Gray, but can't be bothered to teach the internet. Galen, you've been exposed. Galen's photo is out of date. Has anybody seen how long his hair is now? Imagine if his hair was straight, it'd be down to his knees. You know what I mean? But it takes the long route. It's very curly. Galen, straighten your hair. I'd like to see how long it actually was. You like bringing an emo fringe. I deserved that. Bye, FCM. So, which brands do you think are going to be hit hardest by this Lilial banning? Because this month is the month where they have to start taking all the stuff off the shelves. And I have heard tell that Chanel are going to be very heavily hit, because it's not just in perfume, it's in makeup and cosmetics as well. Galen's talents are being lined up to intern for Eugene's melon issues. Eugene has issues with his melon. I've heard that. Apparently he's got rid of his melon. He's back on the StreamYard. I think he had a bad experience. Michael John, what did I miss? So IFRA's new regulations have come in to effect this month. Apparently it's not just IFRA, it's like a lot of brands. It's a lot of regulators, like the European Union have banned it. So excuse me whilst I hydrate. Anything with something called Lilial, which is a synthetic, And it's been banned because it's toxic for the environment, apparently. It's quite bad. It doesn't break down very quickly. So Galen is in Miller Harris La Fumie Intense. How is it? You mentioned a while back that loads of stuff was being removed from sale. Yeah, loads of stuff's been taken off the shelf. Apparently, Promise has been affected by Frederick Mall, which just makes me shit myself and think that I need a backup bottle. Wife used to love white patchouli until I bought her Almond Woman. Now she has 200 milliliters. I bought 200 milliliters of Santal Messiah. I am gonna absolutely batter myself with that stuff. Absolutely, like it's one of those fragrances because I've got 200 mil and because it's got a sprayer. Just means I can put on like 15 sprays at once. Plus the type of fragrance it is. It's not a big obnoxious sort of thing that's going to be evil and make people sick. So it's just going to smell like I said in that video today. It's just going to smell that you smell that way. You know, it's like an anti-fragrance. ANTI, not AUNTY. It's an anti-fragrance. In that it just sort of smells like you do, or you smell like it does. It's very nice. Smells like a body product. It's very nice. It's very well done, and there is a place for that in a collection, I think. Some days I wake up. I use Lupin Voyou for that as well. I wore that yesterday. Fantastic. You only need 1 or 2 sprays, I promise, so my bottle will last plenty. Yeah. Lilial. Lilial, I believe. So not only naturals are bad, synthetics are now too. Yeah, apparently synthetics are worse than naturals, apart from stuff like fig. Fig's absolutely devastating. Fig will burn through your skin, burn through your muscle, and then attack your bones. Like pure fig oil. You know what I mean? You only need 1 or 2 sprays. I promise my bottle will last plenty. Well, I'm thinking that as well. You only need 1 or 2 sprays. Yeah. What's the ingredient called? Yes, I read about Promise being affected. It's my fave. Yeah, Adsy. It's my favorite as well. Like from the Mall brand, anyway. Nick N. Quote: In 2020, the EU's European Commission classified Lilial as reprotoxic, a chemical that adversely affects fertility and fetal development, ruling it cannot be considered as safe. Yikes. That's not good, is it? Adam D. What perfume would you recommend for a lass? Ooh. Samsara ADP. What is avalanche danger today? Low, moderate, high? Nil. Hopefully. Okay, Silver, just shaving. My scent of the day, Italian Cypress. So good. Herbal. Very Italian. You would think so, being called Italian Cypress, wouldn't you? Irregular tangent. Hi-oh, Mitch. Hello. Just add light. Welcome. Cheers, Adam D. No problem. Going by scent. What next? Atomizers can cause finger strains. Ban them. Oh, dear me. I'm not sure. Some atomizers can cause finger strains, to be fair. Nick N. I don't want any kids, so I'll be showering a Lilial. Thank you, Nick, for Eucharist. It was very kind of you. I enjoy it greatly. I'm in two minds whether to actually buy a bottle or not, though, because it does not smell like quorum. Have you ever smelled quorum, Nick? Any more thoughts on that vintage Yattigan? No. I'm going to be doing some first impressions on some of the ones that I got. On some of the ones that I got in that vintage haul. Some of the ones I haven't talked about on the channel before. Like I did a first impressions on the Santal Messiah today. So maybe later in the week or maybe next week, I'm gonna do some first impressions. But I also received a huge box. It wasn't huge, to be fair, but it was very, very densely packed box of samples and a couple of fragrances of Spy and Mash, a friend of the channel. Very kind. I got a couple of bottles of stuff off him. He sent us them for free. And then so I'm gonna do some like first impressions of the samples he sent. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. And I'm that should be nice. Nick N. I only have newish quorum. I get that similarity. There's something a little brighter about Eucharist. Yes, I agree. They're not one to one, and I don't think it's a clone. Well, I mean, to be fair, Eucharist couldn't be a clone, could it? It came out 100 years ago. You know what I mean? It came out in like 1913 or 1912 or something like that. Imagine the Oak Moss from 1912. Massive. It is nice though. I've got old quorum and new quorum, and while different, I think the new one's like newish one anyway. It's like 10 years old. It's really good. Like, do you ever leave the house? Says Sam Toronto. Yes, but not as much as I'd like to. Why do you never show yourself? Why should I? The reason I don't show myself is because I don't have the equipment to do it properly. Like, maybe I will show myself one day when I've got everything set up, but at the minute, to be honest with you, I'm happy doing Greggy Boy style videos. Greggy Boy was a big influence when I was like 10 years ago. I mean 10 years ago, but you know what I mean, over the years when I was like newer to the game, especially on YouTube. Greggy used to just do videos like that, and I thought they were fucking great, like, you know. So I just sort of took that on. It's easier as well for me back, so I don't have to sit up. Like, I'm lying down at the minute talking to you. It's just easier for us. Maybe I'm not saying one day I won't do it. I'm not beholden. This isn't like going to be me style forever. I'll change and stuff like that. And maybe I won't. I don't know. But I'm just going to go with it. So, but yes, it's kind of like a tribute to Greggy, and I think it's a really good way. I think it's quite a good way of doing videos. You know what I mean? There's something a bit perturbing about, like, no, that's the wrong way of putting it. Let's put it another way. I like the idea that I can just put my phone down and listen to someone talk about fragrances. I quite like the radio. Like, I listen to more radio than I watch TV. I usually just watch sports on TV. So, and even then I listen to some like football matches on the radio. Do you know what I mean? That's my sort of medium. Galen will tell you as well. I've been bothering Galen to like do a podcast for months. I would quite like it if me, him, Eugene, and Thomas would do a podcast, but it's logistically, it's not ideal. You know, if we're coming out with more restrictions, haha. No, apparently it's the EU. Can't stand yet again. Sorry, I smell like a burning cilantro. It's a funny one. Arnold asked me today. He was like, "Oh, what spice do you smell in Yattigan?" And I was like, "Fucking hell!" I was like, "All of them." I think. It's very spicy without having one spice. You know? Shiva Vareen. Hello, Mitch. How's Britain today? Covered in snow. Would you believe it was like summer last week? It was really warm last week. It was lovely. T-shirts, girls walking around with like hardly anything on, all sorts of like stuff. And this week it's snowing. Nick and give the aftershave version of Quorum a try. Cuts that weird sweetness out. It's little tricks like that. I like that sort of thing. Carl Anderson, our Carl here did a video the other day, and he's got himself, I'll let him tell you if he wants to, but he's got himself an absolute unicorn. All good, Sam Toronto. Have you tried any of the other Trumper fragrances? Milk of Flowers and Paisley are my favorites. I haven't tried them. I've got Sandalwood Cologne, 2 bottles now. And I've got a bottle of the Eucharist. I've got to admit, I am seriously tempted to get a bottle of that Eucharist. It is very nice. I should say that I also rate Quorum as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I say it smells like Quorum, I don't mean it smells like a £10 fragrance, because that's how much Quorum costs. But Quorum, like, you get a lot of fragrance when you buy a bottle of Quorum. It's a great scent. Like, today I'm wearing Oscar de la Renta Paul Away. Mine's the vintage version, but you can still get that, and it's like £20. It's brilliant. Michael John, I listen to Sports Talk Radio. If you do a podcast, I would absolutely listen. Yeah, I really like podcasts and stuff like that, because you can go walking, you can go running, you can listen to it in the car, you can listen to it while you're cooking, while you're cleaning. Love that sort of thing. Been listening on the phone while washing dishes. Exactly. Drawn by Sense. Exactly. I like that sort of thing, you know. Would love that podcast. Yeah, I think it would be great. Like, 2 hours twice a month. 2-hour podcast twice a month. Or an hour once a week. I agree with Greggy Boy's style video, says Bob. Had influence on me too. It's about the juicing community. Live yourself in mystery. I agree with that. That's really good. That's absolutely spot on, Bob. It's about the juice in the community. Sam Toronto, do you recommend Russian tea by Mask? I would have no problem telling you to try that. I've got it, and I really like it. Mint, raspberry, birch, tea. It's a really good fragrance. It's the first time I consciously smelled a Julian Raskinay fragrance, and I was very impressed. I would not tell you to go out and spend your money on it, because it's your money and it's your choice. Or Tango. I would go Russian tea over Tango. I'm not massive on Tango, I've got to admit. Podcast would be great, says I Stink. I think it's a good. I mean, I'm saying, yeah. I'm saying, like, I recommend it myself. Yeah, I think it would be a great idea. Shiva Vareen, I'm melting here in Atlanta. Yeah, I know. It's funny how the world turns so quickly, doesn't it? Like, not 6 weeks ago, I was complaining about the cold. Now it's like, it was warm last week, and now it's cold again. Did I hear that Jeremy Fragrance is starting a podcast? No idea, mate. Couldn't care less what he does. He is, like, gone. He's been gone from the fragrance community for about 5 years. Like, I stink. No snow down here. I'd rather listen to my dog licking her own arse than Jeremy. Oh no. Carl Anderson. Ha, yes, I got myself a full bottle of vintage Charles of the Ritz Koros. I almost feel not worthy. Many are called, but few are chosen, Carl. And you've got one. Charles of the Ritz were in my hometown in the 70s and 80s. All the reject bottles were free. Wow. Just Add Light says, eyeing Quentin Bish's new Vetiver Ecolat for LAP. Tomato Leaf coming back. Good note, Tomato Leaf. Richie G's got a bottle of What About Adam sitting here waiting for him. Whoops. Peter is here. Welcome, Peter. A podcast would be perfect. Yeah, I think people will pick up the podcast. For everybody who's pining for a fragrance podcast, go and listen to Les Odorants. It's Houdini from Instagram and who goes on Eugene's stream sometimes. It is Ben from Talking Sense, and it is another guy who I really don't know who he is, shamefully. Sorry about that. But he's the host. The Etherealist, Galen says, the Jeremy podcast would run about 3 minutes, 5 times a day. Yeah. It's a hell of a drug, isn't it? You know what I mean? Anoush. Welcome, enchanté. Awesome stream. Listening to my man Rich Mitch as opposed to nonsense on the radio. How are you doing, Anoush? Are you well? I bought some Bay rum. I bought some of those some Royale colognes. I forget what they're called. Royale fragrances, something like that. But I got a Bay rum. I'm a big fan of a Bay rum. And they've got these really funky, like black screw-on sprayers, which are so industrial 80s. They don't fit the bottles they fit the bottles as in the screw on perfectly and everything like that, but like to look at, you know, like the aesthetic, because the bottles are really like really like Caribbean, you know. Even with the stickers on straight man, it's as if they've been drinking Bay rum when they've been putting them on. It's brilliant. I love it. And the bottles are personalized. There's like a Royal Lime, there's the Bay rum, and they're fantastic. And then you've got these really like industrial looking sprayers to go on them. I'll have to show you on one of the videos. It's like a proper juxtaposition. Like they bought the bottles like. It's like they bought their bottles off like a Caribbean glass blower, and then they bought their sprayers off like a Soviet fucking plastic manufacturer. It's madness. Welcome, Jack Dean. How are you? Evening to you. Shiva Vareen. Talking Sense is why I love the British fragrance reviewers so much. You all are more personal than we Yanks that just want us to buy this and buy that. Oh, that is, I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying, but there are a lot of the smaller American channels are much more personable, like Ramsey. Like if you like this channel, if you like me, if you like the sort of stuff I put out, Ramsey's probably gonna float your boat as well. Cheap plastic old school sprayers. They do look like they were made in like Siberia by like somebody who wasn't being paid. You know what I mean? I think I might just splash them on. I don't know, but I'm intrigued though. You know what I mean? I'm intrigued by those sprayers. I haven't actually used them yet. Ramsey is the Shidna. I don't know what that means. Ramsey is the Shidna. I don't know. It sounds like a god or something like that, doesn't it? Like from like those old Persian empires and stuff. Excuse me whilst I replenish hydration. Oh, it's cold in here. It's fucking Greenland in here. Jack Dean, I've been experimenting with some cool antique perfume sprays. Are they the ones with the little bulb on? Shiva Vareen says the shit in a great way. No, I get what you're saying now. iPhone writes its own thing at times. Never had an iPhone. Always been Samsung. Yeah. Excuse me, terrible. Yes, the bulbs. Those bulbs will waste your perfume though, Jack. So be careful. But they are quite cool. You know? They are quite cool. I like the idea of them more than I like the actual. Like they're a nightmare. Yeah, I agree with you, Jack. He says they may waste it, but they give the whole experience something extra. It's a mood. Yeah, I agree with that. The ones I really don't like are the pressurized sprayers. Pressurized sprayers are not good. Okay, Silver, what's the temperature over there, mate? Here in Florida is hot 76. 76 Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in real money. But in Celsius over here, it can't be much more than like 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe. Don't bulbs cause evaporation, or is that a myth? I think they allow evaporation. I don't think they cause it. They allow for much more evaporation because it's not as good a seal. And when something's like made of alcohol, it's 3 degrees in Birmingham, Rich. Good Lord, Jack. That is not warm, is it? It's not warm at all. Man, it's cold over there. It's always cold over here. I mean, last week it was like 15, 20. You know? It was pushing up to 20. It was warm. It was fresh. It was nice. Freezing my titties off. Yes. It's not warm, like. It's definitely not warm. I mean, if it's 3 degrees in Birmingham where Audrey and Jack live, it's almost certainly colder up here. It feels colder up here as well. It feels cold. Like, it was snowing about half an hour ago. Maybe it's a bit more. And I was like, where has this snow come from? Obviously, it's come from the sky, but you know. How was this happening? August Silva. I will receive Diptyque 34 Boulevard EDP Friday. Let's see. I've got the EDT and I really like it. It's fantastic. EDP. Not so sure on the EDP, to be honest. I prefer the EDT. I think it suits the type of fragrance that it is more. You know? Very nice. Excuse me. Oh, it suits the fragrance. I'm not a huge vanilla fan, to be honest. What was I smelling the other day? Caron pouring on like that powdery lavender vanilla. You know, not for me. Don't like powdery stuff. Don't tell Eugene. Eugene loves these powders. And it's like, I put them on and I'm like, I just can't. I just don't care for these at all. How do you think Coco Chanel applied? Spray? Dab? I don't think they had sprays in those days. Dab? Possibly. Splash. Yeah, I was gonna say Jack Dean. Jack Dean will be able to tell you. She pretty much exclusively used Splash perfumes until the end of her life. Yeah, 71. Aye, that's right. Aye, she died 10 years before Antaeus came out. Drawn by Sense. Yes, weekend in UK was nice. Had a day trip the Isle of Wight, just off the coast. Weather's so different today. Yeah, it's madness, isn't it? It's done a complete 180. Like, you would have thought that, like, you would have thought that it would have been like more subtle or like taking longer to change, but no, it's gone from sublime to the ridiculous. Just received my order of mem. I think I will relish it. Never smelled it, Matt. Powder is perfume. Oh, no, no, no. I just received my code died in 71. Then they came out with 19. Wasn't number 19 the last release before her death? I have no idea. I'm not huge on like the whole cult of Chanel sort of thing. I mean that in the nicest way. I don't necessarily mean that like there are like cultists and stuff that are like using like strange fucking techniques and that, you know? I mean, like, people sort of get into like Chanel as like the person and like the whole mythos behind her and stuff, which is fair enough. You know, if like people are into that, she's like they've built up this sort of like I say, mythos about the person. And people buy into that. People really seem to like not associate with it, but like empathize with it. What do they call it? Connect with it. You know, a lot of people seem to think like, yeah, like I understand that, I like that, and I've got my own opinions on it. But nothing's ever as cut and dried as what you will read in the newspapers or what you will like read as like articles and books, because everybody's trying to put their slant on it to say this, that, and the other, like to sell something. It's much the same as the fragrance community. Everybody's always trying to cut a fucking edge. You know what I mean? So I'm more sympathetic towards her than I used to be. People saying she was a collaborator with the Nazis and stuff like that. I bet she wouldn't have. She didn't like during the 30s. She didn't go to Germany and like become a member of the Nazi party. That's not what happened, is it? Do you know what I mean? She'd had a tough life up to that point. She was a survivor. Nothing's ever black and white, is it? As much as I'd like it to be, as much as we would like it to be. Oh, she'd a live stream. Yes, Ryan, a live stream. After I think, says Bob. Hello, everyone. Hello, Ryan. Scent of the day yet again. I stink loves powder. I'm not here. I must admit, I'm not big on the powder. I must admit, in fragrance, there's a couple of powdery fragrances I like. Don't get us wrong. I'm not, like I say, it's not everything is black and white. Yeah, we are seduced by her. Yeah, I think there's a lot of. I have to remember as well at the end of her life, the brand was not in a good place. Karl Lagerfeld really, really, really saved that brand. Those Oppenheim people should be building like a shrine to that man in their house. He's made them the money they have, you know. Stroke of genius putting him in charge. He really got it, and he really played absolutely everything for it. You know, they need another Karl Lagerfeld, and they're going to struggle to find one. Find it very difficult to find where they're going to find someone like Lagerfeld to take over the brand. And People love stories and myths. I agree, Shiva. Jack Dean says, Hal Vaughan started that rumor. He's a complete liar for the sake of money. Yeah. It's like I was saying, like, people want money for saying stories. She did hand Churchill some Nazi demands for the surrender of Britain to the Nazis, and he did with it what he should have done with it, really. Didn't even read it, I think he put it in the fire, didn't he? A live stream. Double Peach. Welcome, Eugene. Speaking of Coco, there he is. Mr. Chanel. Denby, I'm huge on the powder, especially after 6 pints of Guinness on a Friday night. Oh, Denby, you rascal. I stink, the whole Nazi thing. I like Chanel for the brand and fragrance line coherency. There's a case study on how to create a great brand. Yeah, Lagerfeld. I mean, Lagerfeld didn't have anything to do with the fragrances. But whoever was the overseer of the fragrance line, brilliant, like. 6 pints indeed. Let's be honest, in wartime, people do what they have to do. Not a Nazi, by the way. No, I would agree. I think it's very hard, not having lived in an occupied territory, not being a famous artist, because we know how totalitarian regimes like to treat artists. Not having been in that situation, it's very hard to sit in judgment on people like that, you know. Like, it's very hard to like sit and say, oh, you could have done this, you could have done that. Yeah, I mean, fucking, let's be honest. I mean, are you willing to sacrifice your life for moral fucking turpitude? You know what I mean? Are you willing to like, she heard the rumor, apparently she heard the rumors of what the Nazis were doing to people they didn't like. And she was like, go, leave, quick, to like the people who worked in our factories and the people who worked for get out of here. So she wasn't a Nazi, but like I said, she was a survivor, you know? She did what she obviously thought was best. Maybe she didn't do what she thought was best. No, we're not cancelling Chanel, Eugene. Far from it. I just don't think it's as cut and dried as what anybody's saying. Not in the chat, just like generally. You know. The ex-melon man is in the house. That's right, Eugene is here. Eugene, are you telling people what happened to the melon? What you did to the melon? Someone mentioned some fragrances before, and I don't know who they were by. I was about to put my bins out, but sod that. 3 degrees in Birmingham, that's right. I'm not got a new table. Fucking that kind of fucking temperature. Somebody was saying, was it LAP? What are LAP fragrances? Someone used that earlier on, and I can't remember who it was. Michael John, I have not smelled the new LV fragrances, but I may be going to smell the new LV fragrances in April. Everything is confirmed, so I may be able to reveal to you people that the Sensational Six trademark, as we have like called ourselves, have decided to have a meetup in Manchester. Me, amongst other people, me, Audrey Jane, and Jura Rose. We are meeting up in Manchester. And so we will be going to smell all of these different fragrances. Coco did what she did to save her nephew and adopted son, Andre Palas, from the German starlight. Yeah. I've no doubt that people did what they thought was best. 99.99% of people did what they thought was best. Very few people. I mean, the French government after the war would have gone after her if they thought she was a proper collaborator. You know, she wasn't like a fucking quisling. You know. No more melons for Eugene. Eugene, you've had too many melons. Too much melon. All work and no melon. All melon and no work makes Eugene a dull boy. Spaced out. Rich, what are some bottles that you want to acquire this year? The most wanted. Oh my god. I've actually got a list. Hold on a minute. Good question, spaced out. Oh, there are cups that need washing. Taking downstairs. So what do I want? Bottle-wise. Not a lot. Maybe Sundowner by Tower, maybe. Maybe Ambra Aurea by Profum and Roma. What else? Paprika Brazil by the Hermes Essence line. I'm just going to write that one down, actually, because it's not on the list. Like, I didn't know that I was going to get Santa Messiah until I saw the fucking price of that one, like. Oops. What else? I'm going to do a lot of sampling this year. You know? I'm going to do a lot of sampling. I've already sold and given away quite a few perfumes, actually. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. I'm looking at my little list. Melon got cancelled. My favourite way for a woman to apply is by touching her bod with a crystal stopper, like right above her belly button. Jack needs to get, not Jack, Bob needs to get a woman to take it out on her. What's all this melon shenanigans? Eugene decided to get rid of StreamYard and go to the Melon app, but then regretted it. Salutations, everyone. How's it going? Salutations, Stanislav. How are you? Michael Harness. Hello there, mate. How are you? Shiva Vareen. Eugene is definitely a very personable reviewer. Genuine. I tell Eugene this all the time. People like Eugene because he's genuine. You don't have to be nice all the time. You don't have to be like a smiley, happy fucking like winking bastard. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to be someone who's always positive. As long as you're genuine, I think people respond to that better because it's genuine, you know. I Stink says not happy that LV discontinued Contre Moi. Haven't heard of it. Comparison between original number one and current formulation. You mean the Boss, the Hugo Boss one, Stanislav? Spaced out. If I decided to get the Hermes Essence one, I will settle for the 15ml bottles. Well, do you know what it is? I had 4 of those 15ml bottles, and I think they were a really good idea. Expensive, mil for mil. Guessing that Chanel perfume isn't on the list. Yes, that's right. It's a year for experimentation. That's right. That's right, Jack. I'm trying to like search. I still need to get through the rest of those Villarese fragrances. Like, ooh. I'll tell you before I forget. Last night, 2 o'clock in the morning, the night before, I had slept from 8 till 8. Right, like woke up like twice to go to the toilet, and then straight back to sleep. Last night didn't get to sleep till about 3 o'clock. Woke up at 8 again. Felt great, mental, but 2 o'clock this morning, I was talking to Eugene and Thomas and Galen in the chat, and I ended up buying a sample set of all of the zoologists. So that is something I have wanted to do for a long time. And now I have done it, and I am very happy about it, and I am genuinely looking forward to them arriving. That is going to be very interesting. Very interesting. I've been dying to try, because I wanted to get all of them. I've smelled Tyrannosaurus Rex because everyone was like, wow, this is amazing, like smoky birchy. And I was like, ooh, saying all like this, like smoky, leathery, birchy fire. I was like, this is good stuff. So I got myself a sample of it. The blood note's a little bit metallic. It does smell like a blood note. I get it, but if that wasn't there, I'd like it more, I think, because I don't like metallic notes. But not to worry. Now read us your enemies list. Oh, fuck me. I would be on here for all night. Nobody wants to be here for as long as that would take, Galen. But don't worry, you're somewhere near the top, mate. Being nice all the time is really off-putting and fit. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah. Can't be all happy and smiles all the time. Shiva Vareen, I'm spending a little too much on samples than buying actual bottles. The stores here have a very narrow selection. Mainstream niche, I call it. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Enrique Vasquez, are you going to get the Rosa Cabana from Hermes? Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I'll have to try it first. H2 on lol, Galen boy. Jack Jean says, ooh, I imagine that's in response to the zoologist thing. Outrageous, says Bob, also in response to the zoologist thing. I've not taken the zoologist plunge yet. Can't wait to see. Jack, if I sample some and like get through all of them and decide what I want and what I don't want, I'll send you the rest of what I've got. Hit and miss for me, Jack says I stink. Yeah, I think that's true of most brands. Like, I've got loads of Dior's, and like even the Dior Privé collection's hit and miss for me. You know? I've got like half of them. So for every one I like, there's one I don't like enough to spend. That doesn't include the newer stuff they've released. Purchased the entire arc of samples. He should call it the arc, like, shouldn't he? That's a good call. Is Cow in the set? That's a good point, Eugene. You know Mr. Wong. Will you get in touch with him and say, oi, throw some cow in there for him? Put some beef. Actually, I had beef for me too. It was very nice. Diced beef. I had a stir fry. Galen. Better half loves T-Rex. Go figure. There's no accounting for taste. I mean, she's with me, so yeah, that's a good point. Yes, that's right. There is no like accounting for taste. It's true. Like, taste is so strange. Once you wrap your head around the fact that like somebody not liking something that you like is okay, life becomes a lot easier. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a personal attack. Unless that's Symphonium, which is dog shit. Anyone who likes that's clearly mad. Micah Shoemaker, hello all. Welcome, Micah. Bariatrion, zoologist perfume with buying video is expected now. Outrageous. I would do that. I don't know that I would call it worth buying, but I would call it like which ones I like, which ones I'm going to buy. I don't feel like Victor One's trying to like mess with like the ecosystem the way that some other brands do, you know. Shiv Everine, I agree. I don't like metallic notes myself. I feel like I'm back in the army riding on one of those halos or tanks. Yeah, I can understand that. Metal for me, I used to work in a factory where they used to have large like metal things, like metal on metal and stuff like that. It's not a great smell. Cow, come on, man. What, milky? Honestly, uh, Bob, I don't know if you've still got the I don't know if you've still got the Hermes Essence line available to you on the islands, Bob. But if you can go and smell Santal Messiah, that's really milky. It's got a milk note. I only checked after I did my first impression today, but it has got a milk note, which when you combine it with sandalwood and Messiah, then like they're both milky woods as well. It's really interesting. It's really nice. I like it. It's in a similar vein to Voyou, Lupin Voyou. Very easy to wear perfume. T-Rex, typical Antonio. Galen. With the exception of Eugene's brand, is there any other one that has a perfect track record of great perfumes? Not that I can think of. For me, Papillon. For me, so I think honestly, I think I've told you this story before, but I bought the sample set of Papillon, right? And I quite like Tobacco Rose, and then the rest of them I was like, wow, these are all very white floral specifically. Not my thing. I would like to smell them again. Unfortunately, I can't smell them again because I lost all of them. All of them. Gone. Vanished. Where did they go? No one knows. Who knows? No one. Not me. Disappeared. What happened there? Craziness. But I did like the Tobacco Rose one. Thought that was nice. Very perfumey, though. Spaced out. A dude in Croatian frag group that I'm in is selling the old Saint-Jean-Bois d'Et and Anson Smith Thief bottles for $110 each. Watch out, they might be fake, but doubtful. But if they are real, buy them. Bariatrion, Serge Lutons. No, there's some Serge Lutons I can't fucking touch. That Sheep Rouge is outrageous. It's far too much. I remember when fucking was it Robes? Robes did a samples on it, and he was like, wow. He was like, too much. And then he killed him, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. I'll get that. I bet I could handle that. No problem. This was years ago when like when I was just, I don't know what I was thinking, but I bought it and I sprayed it like 3 times on my hand and I didn't breathe. And then I breathed, and then I smelled it, and I was just like, honestly, it was too much. You know what I mean? It sort of consumed us. I felt like there'd been a gas attack. You know? Had to wash it off. And even after I washed it off, when it was still there, it was raging. Mike Shoemaker, Acro has a nice sample set. The sprayers are shite. Too many of these niche houses use shite sample sprayers. I've got that sample. I've got a video on the Acro sample set where I go through them. Quite nice. Yeah, I do like them. I like the presentation of them. I don't think I want to wear any of them as a perfume. They're almost too good for like what they're trying to achieve. You know, it's like that's the problem with a concept like brand. Same with like concept albums. Sometimes they're a little bit too good. You know what I mean? Sometimes they achieve what they're trying to achieve a little too well. And I think Acro does that I can't imagine smelling. Like, I took them round to my friend's house and I was like, smell this. It smelled like chocolate and sprayed it on. She was like, that's amazing. Like, unbelievable how much like chocolate that smells. It's perfect. It's brilliant. It's well done. I could never possibly wear it outside in public, though. And I was like, spot on. You've absolutely nailed it. Like, how could you possibly go out and just people be like, oh, clearly, like you've like got a child and they've like rubbed chocolate all over your leg or something like that, you know? It's too good. Hello, scent of the day, Leon. Just got the 200 mil and I am loving it, just like the... No, my MJ. Too far. Calm down. Stop that. Enrique Vasquez. I like Poivre Samarkand and Epis Marine from Hermes. Nice. Epis Marine. I don't remember smelling them too, to be honest. I have heard of them, though. Spaced Out, I love Super Rouge is extremely deep and dense, but outrageous. One spray at most. Congrats, MJ. Boo. Take us outside. It's only 8 p.m. That's too cold, mate. I'll take you outside when it's still light at 10:30 at night, though, in like June or something. Get like 2-3 hours of darkness in the summer. Crazy. Then you get like 2 or 3 hours of like real light during the winter. Crazy stuff. The opposite of DS and Durga. What is? Bariatrion. Most brands should come up with a 5 to 10 mil miniatures with sprays, to be honest. Like vintage miniatures with sprays, probably a cost issue. But yeah, I totally agree. I've got a huge mini collection. Massive. I might just do a video just going through them one day, not really even talking about them, just showing them. Fantastic. They look great. If I could find like a glass cabinet to like put them in and show them off and that. Because for some reason, I don't know why, they look better than full bottles. Received Nino Cerruti Pour Arm 50 mil yesterday. Blown away. I've never smelled this, but it sounds... Nino Cerruti is quite a good brand. Like some of the stuff... I mean, the 1881 collection's been done to death. They should just leave that alone now. But the original 1881 is actually quite nice. Again, a female I know wears that, loves it. Galen, I'll second that. Bariatrion. Yeah, bring back minis. Host Beef, what's your favorite Aldo, Rien? Worst ever sample sprays were a Rouge. Half of them didn't even work. Yeah. Legend and Dabbler have just changed to some really good sprays, and the 3 mil sample sprays. They're really good. They're a healthy size and they have a good spray on them. Manly Sense, good evening. Good evening, Manly Sense. How are you? Lived in Anchorage for a while. Outrageous. Same latitude as Oslo. What is your latitude up there? 59? Got no idea, Bob. Let's have a look, shall we? Hold on. Newcastle. What? Oops. $54.9. Basic. It's all but 55. Everything but 55, basically. So I'm pretty far up. I'm not far up as Oslo, but I mean, fucking, it's cow is confirmed in your sample set. Thank you, Eugene. Eugene, did you actually just generally get in touch there? Was it included in my sample set before you got in touch with him, Eugene? I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Scent of the day, Armani Eau Pour Homme. Is that the one in the black bottle, Enrique? It's absolutely pissing it down outside. I don't know if you can hear that. How did this happen? The turnaround in weather on this island is insane. Michael Harness. Michael Harness has sent me an email. It was already included. All right, no problem. Well, thank you anyway. Lily is here. I have just arisen from a nap. Good nap. No better than a nap. Evening duck and all. Evening Lily. Is Cheruti SI worth trying? I think UK Frog Guy gave it a lot of praise once. Carl likes it. Yeah, I think Carl likes that Carl likes that line, I think. He likes Cheruti. Let's have a look. Just looking at the picture Michael Harness sent us. That's nice. He's got Ming. Yes, Ming. Ming as well. I think that's a really interesting fragrance. Very, very creamy and thick. The Chanels are really pretty, aren't they? Those little Chanel minis are really nice. Boss number 1, that's good. The Masculine. The Eau de Vert. Nice. I like that. He's got the Pavarotti shower gel as well. I don't need that. Not the shower gel. I thought I was going to say shampoo there. Sorry. Shampoo is not really my forte. You want to talk to Galen about shampoo? We had snow today. When Prince died, we had snow in April. Jesus Christ. How long's Prince been dead for now? That was a shocking one as well, wasn't it? Like Shane Warne died recently, and that was awful. Zoologist Bon Coffrey. Lol. West Nude. The Armani is clear glass with black brand at the bottom. Armani's first men's fragrance is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, that's what I meant. I found a travel thing of Saint Almasair, so I got it. Oh, nice. I really like it. 200 ml of that just means I can spray it liberally, like, and it's the type of fragrance you need to spray liberally because it's not a big projector. It's the type of thing that you spray like Sebastian Furtado sprays these fragrances, like 8 sprays across your chest, another 4 across your neck, and then like another 5 or 6 on each arm. You know, do it properly. If you're gonna do it properly. Get it done. You know what I mean? Very impressed with how much of his fragrances Sebastian has used. He put out another video today. I need to watch that. It was a Samsara ADP as well. I think I watched half of it. Me and Sebastian started our channels at about the same time. I like watching his videos. Good lad. Eugene has met him. Eugene has met everybody, to be fair. Ah! Sebastian is here. Do you own Serge Luton Shen? That most likely my next blind buy. No, I don't, but I have been tempted. Somebody had a Palais Royal version of the Shen, and I was going to buy it, and then they couldn't send it via Packlink because it was a perfume. So I missed out on it because somebody else went and bought it almost as soon as he put it back up for sale. Got it. Shower gel came with the mini Pavarotti thanks to Anuj. Yes. I've got a mini Pavarotti as well. I need to thank Anuj for sending us some. He sent us a couple of little minis as well. Little rant from Bariatrion. Here we go. Little rant. I'm in the internet software business, and you usually grow by selling small to medium-sized. Grow by selling to small to medium-sized businesses, and then enhance margins with mid-market and enterprise. Here's Sebastian Furtado. I heard that. He's here. Bariatrion. So with the same analogy, fucking sell 15 ml to masses and then big bottles to big wallets. Go hard or go home, says Sebastian. His ears were burning. That's right. That's right. His spidey sense went off. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Ram Duck. Aha, Ramsey is here. Excuse me, whilst I post the signal. Sheep and duck. Ram and duck. Omar got Oda Hermes a few days ago. Another similar to Declaration, but better, I think. Right. Doggo. Omar. Oda Hermes came out about 30 years, 40 years maybe before Declaration. So Oda Hermes came out first, and Rudnitska was like almost like, well, he was like the inventor of that kind of style. With your spice contrasted with citrus at the top, and then like your lavender sort of mid, and then like a musky base. That's Oda Hermes for me anyway. I think Oda Hermes is probably better than Declaration as well. I've got a big 200ml that I need to decant some so I can just throw it on. I might spend a little bit of time decanting a few of these splash bottles I've got. Enrique Vasquez. Did you like Ashton's video on perfume brands, freebies? Very interesting. Yes. Mentioned it briefly earlier on. Ashton's video yesterday, I think Ashton's video yesterday, I think, was very important and very needed. It's good that someone who has probably the biggest English language perfume channel has said it. Now you'll notice that Jeremy and like maybe it's like a couple of the ladies have got bigger channels, and certainly there are some Portuguese and Spanish language channels which are huge and probably bigger than Ashton. But Ashton's is probably the biggest English language speaking fragrance channel. It's very important that somebody like him would say this and expose this and shine a light on it and inform us and tell us how it works. Because we're the ones who have to pay for it, because these channels who are getting free bottles certainly don't have to pay, you know? I've made the point before, I will make it again. Why should we have to pay for these bottles of perfume when these people who are telling us how great they are don't? Send them samples, and then which bottles appear on the shelves behind them will tell you which ones they think are good enough to buy. Only when someone's put their money where their mouth is will I then, like, that's the real endorsement, isn't it, really? You know, when someone's invested in something, put their money where their mouth is. That's the real show of support. That's what's going to induce me to buy something. When I see somebody else reach into that pocket, when they believe it, when they like it enough, they love it enough to buy it themselves. The thing is, when you buy something yourself as well, it is then your possession. It is yours, and you can say what you want about it because you're all in. And like Ashton said, if you say something negative when you receive a free bottle, you don't get any more. So there's incentive for you to say nice things and play nice. It's not, and it's not fair. It's not right. There we are. If Roger is listening in, I just want to say that Apex bottle is gorgeous and completely original, says the Etherealist. What's the name of Ashton's channel, please? It's called Gent Scents. Shiva, if you go to my community tab, the last post will direct you to the video. MJ, Omar, how do you find the production of Eau de Hermes? Sebastian, have you tried the new Declaration Haute Fraîcheur? No, I haven't. I have not. What's it like? Do you like it, Sebastian? Sebastian's a big Galanophile. He likes all those sorts of. He's like, honestly, he's got so many outrageous girl-ons that I've never heard of, and they're all half full. He really uses these perfumes. I don't know why, but every time I think that and say that, it brings a big smile to my face, knowing that somebody's out there loving their perfumes. Manly sense. I don't care if Ashton's actions came out because Roger's blood. I don't care why they came out either. It's true. It's blatantly what he's saying is blatantly true. Because if it wasn't, they'd sue him. And this isn't the first time Ashton's done something like this either. He did the same thing with Scentbird. Michael John. I agree, Roger Apex is amazing. Now send me a free bottle so I can flip it, lol. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Spot on. Has anybody seen those Amouage Tars? They're going for £750 for something silly like 3 mil, right? And all of the influencers, quote unquote, were getting free sample sets, 0.7 mil. Bob, caviar emptor. You smells good. Oda Hermes, Diarella, Rochas Femme, all feel intertwined. Honestly, I can't wait to do a first impression on that on them vintage Femme de Rochas. I got Femme Rochas. Oi, oi, Jura Rose. How you doing? We're just talking about you, saying that we're all going to meet up. Oops, excuse me. MJ, I didn't find it strong. Kind of close to me, even though I didn't ask someone around me yet. But I think about the fast, strong opening is pretty close to me. Sebastian. Rich Mitch, I'm originally not a fan of the Declaration line, but I'm impressed by this one. It's nothing wow, but it's a very nice take on a fresh flanker. Considering a bottle, actually. That's high praise indeed. Sebastian is considering a flanker. A bottle of a flanker, I beg your pardon. A bottle of Declaration Haute Fraîcheur flanker. I need to learn how to use me words, you know. Too many reviewers get niche bottle, give it a sniff and say, yeah, this one's nice. I'll review it, but would you fucking pay €400 for it? You can't. Well said, manly sense. That's a very good point. You know? You see these people with like loads of bottles of Zerjoff and stuff like that. You haven't bought all of those. Those Zerjoffs are like $500 a bottle. Ain't nobody paying $500 a bottle for like 15 bloody Zerjoff. Set you back like $7,500. They're not that good. They're not good enough for the prices they try to charge. It's like Matriarch. I've got quite a few Matriarchs, right? But I bought partials off someone, right? And the full bottles that I bought myself, I only paid half price for them because she does a half price sale twice a year. They're not worth full price. I'll tell you that right now. I wouldn't pay full price for that. I'm not paying $550 for a bottle of Kazemi. It's not worth that. Is it worth $275? Probably, yeah. Well, yes, it is. I paid that. If you watch Ashton's Scentbird video and then go watch Max 40's videos, you see a lot of buzzwords being used. Powerful, strong, unique, etc. Yeah. Yeah. Spooky. Spooky Max 40. Woo. King Bob. Bariatrion. What do you think about indie brands, though, Duck? They probably don't even have a marketing department. How would they even be able to present without the content creators? So that's slightly different. But you could always just send them samples. Samples would be a good way, you know? Because the problem is with a lot of indie brands, right? And I've said this before, right? And it has come back to bite us on the arse a couple of times because I've been reminded of it, that the fact that I've said it, right? But most indie perfumers can't blend, right? And frankly, they need someone to stand there and say, sorry, but this isn't very good. You know, like there's no sort of quality control. There's no, like, I'll say this now. I said this to Ramsey a lot. This was a while ago. Prin parfums, shit. Bloke can't blend to save his life. And yet you hear Wafts from the Loft talk about him in glowing terms. You hear other reviewers who have received free bottles talk about him in very high regard. I tell you, he cannot blend. And he's not the only one. There are lots of them. Most indie brands are not very good. I'm going to get pelters for that in the future, but it's true. I don't wish to like kill these people at birth and that, you know what I mean? But they're just not very good at it, like, you know? And yet they want premium money for it. Top dollar, you know? I'm talking as like a consumer now. I like to think this is like a consumer channel. I am very reticent to buy perfumes by self-taught perfumers. You know? Very reticent, because 99 times, or 999 times out of 1,000, they're not very good. Peter's ears are ringing. I am now about to say something else which will come across. Peter can blend. Peter can blend. It's just if Peter couldn't blend, I would say. And Peter knows, I would say. But anyway. Amawaj phoning it in lately. Yeah, the brand's gone to shit. Amawaj is not the brand it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I really like Olcott Matriarch, but they want $660 now. Yeah, it was $330. It was $330. It's just literally doubled the price in the last couple of years. It's insane. You guys meeting up, JR? Jealous? Where? At Audrey's Cottage. Many designer bottles cost the same as a niche bottle, says Dura Rose. Galen says, one thing Ashton forgot to mention is that influencers who are actively soliciting freebies, those that are basically demanding freebies for exposure. Yes, it goes both ways. Some reviewers have a menu of how much they will charge for different kinds of videos, you know. So like a full house exposure, I'll do a video on the whole house. If you pay us $1,000 and give us all the bottles for free, that sort of thing, you know. Did the duck mention Marlin reforms? Yep. Spaced out. Most niche luxury stuff is just smoke and mirrors. I agree. Enrique Vasquez, I like Ashton's bravery, unlike other reviewers that would not risk losing out on free bottles. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know about print. George is hyping one of his scents. There's a few people hyping his scents. Therius, thanks for that Oda Hermes video with early Greek, by the way. I love that video. I've watched that video at least 5 times. At least 5 times. Probably more. Margie Louise, how are you? Make a shoemaker, imaginary authors isn't bad, reasonably priced. No, I'm not saying all of them. I agree. Bought an Aaron Terrence Hughes and it was shit. Bad bottles, says Micah. Drawn by Sense Gail and Eugene will send you some freebies without you dropping hints. Have you tried Henri Jacques? Talk about expensive. That they're insanely expensive. There's no way those fragrances can be worth the money. I intend to try them at some point somewhere. I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom in a second. I'm trying to get through the comments as many as possible. Drawn by Sense, keep telling Eugene to direct me, DM me for collabs. I enjoy wearing Interlude Man in springtime, honestly, April mostly. Says Spurs Dart. Self-taught perfumer might be clueless and kill you. Eau de Arsenic. Well, quite. Rich, thoughts on Nasamato? I feel duped by them a bit. Yeah, they're all shit. Hi, Bob. Sebastian, thank you. I can listen to Thomas talk about wallpaper. And he does. And it's very interesting. What's that fragrance expo in Italy where influencers leave there with suitcases full of free bottles? Oh, what's it called? It's not Scent Explore. What's it called? Essence. Excessence. That's right, Lily. Likewise. Hi, Galen and Eugene. Same guy from Nasamato, owns Auto Parisi. I respect him, honestly. He has his style, but I just don't think it's very good. I'm going to be 2 minutes, Eugene. Don't let anyone leave. Sebastian, lock the door. I'll be 2 seconds. Yeah, it's absolutely scandalous that more people come into this stream and stay when I'm away than when I'm actually on the stream talking. Absolutely bonkers that, you know. How does that happen? Well, I know how that happens, but I'm not going to say it, am I? But, you know, stop that. So, somebody said, is Eugene going live from Enchanté? And I wouldn't mind knowing that myself. Are you going live from Enchanté, Eugene? Are we ending this stream and heading over there? So let's read these, shall we? 24 in chat before dehydration. Honestly, so many people so many people come in when I'm going to the bathroom. Eugene can't come to the phone right now. He's lost nonchalant. No one go anywhere. 2 minutes, all that hydration. It is clearly because I just hydrate so much. Hit that like button whilst you wake, says Manly Sense. Cheers. Rich's whiz break is always the best part of any stream. Stop that, Galen. Hey, Dr. Rich. We want live coverage from Enchanté. There it is. I'm fine. Just some typical work stress, but thanks. How are you, Alan? I hope you're well. Rich? No, I am not pooping. Well, Galen agreed. Archie, I expected better. Jura Rose and hello. Dropping the ducklings off at the pool. No, I am not. Top 10 frags to wear when taking a leak. Well, no. Some kind of pissy sheepra. No. Only Rich can go for a piss during his own live stream and regularly does. I'm not taking a crap. Ramsey corrects everybody by saying, no, you're leaving a crap. You don't take a crap. If you take a crap, there's something clearly wrong with you. That's what I've been doing wrong all these years. I'm only here for the bathroom breaks. Manly Sense. This is why they call it a live stream, eh? These are so outrageous. Bariatrion. By the way, Rich, I've got Gallagher samples recently. I haven't tried them all yet, but not impressed with the two I've tried so far. Wicked good and burger must. Bland, Gordon Ramsay would call it. See, everybody's rushing in. That's right. I tell people not to leave, and not only do they not leave, but people pile in. Outrageous. See now, Eugene. So I can get my burr. Your burr? Don't think Anuja's here and wouldn't want to be the fringe minority. Margie Louise, sorry to disappoint you. Never disappoint us, Margie. My only regret is that you don't make videos much anymore. Nothing but love for you. And you. What are you buying from Anuj, Eugene? Yes, Eugene, what are you buying from Anuj? I hope it's nothing I want. Anuj is still here. Anybody too fascinated by scat? I'll happily refer to the Bristol stool chart. Lord. I'll let you keep the Bristol stool chart, mate. I'm all right with that. Spaced out the version with or without Lilial. Yes, it's Jura Rose who's called all this commotion about the Lilial, saying that that Promise and En Passant have been reformulated. Spaced out. I had a dream that I tried on Fleur de Cassé. How was it? Gee, you think? Anuj Patel is still here. How are you, Anuj? Jura Roses probably smell the same, to be fair, to be honest. This will be interesting. Anuj, have you heard anything about these new regulations to do with Lilial? Have you ever had to take anything off the shelves because of not product recalls, but product warnings saying that they've got chemicals in that are now banned and you're not allowed to use them, you're not allowed to sell them anymore, and all that sort of palaver? It'll be interesting. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. It's in the EU. I know it's in the EU, but the EU is where all the perfumes are, perfume companies are based. Jura, I just remember having a powdery animalic smell. I enjoyed it in the dream. Tomorrow we'll be wearing... Yes, that's right. We will be wearing winter fragrances again in the UK. It was snowing here today. What did I wear today? I wore Oscar de la Renta Paula Wee, which I bought from Anuj. It was a vintage version and very nice it was too. Reminds me a bit of Santos de Cartier. Nope, I never had this happen to us, but Def heard about larger companies having this issue at certain points in time. Yeah. Which fragrance did you like Bariatri on? And you should still be able to sell products in Canada, etc. If he was in Europe, he'd have to take them off the shelves. Well, technically. Oh, Jura Rose is about to get technical on me. Is modern Oscar Paul Away bad? I wouldn't have thought it was I wouldn't have thought it was bad. It's just the old ones have just got that bit extra. Do you know what I mean? For 20 quid, it won't be bad. For 20 quid, it'll be absolutely brilliant. Like, that's one of the best things about fragrances like 1881 by Cheruti and Quorum and Paul Away. They are still really good. They just haven't got that they had when they were younger. Do you know what I mean? Like the rest of us. They don't have that extra. They don't have that extra that they had, but they're still really good. They're probably better than most of the stuff that you'll find on the shelves today. You know what I mean? Like if I didn't have people like if there was no eBay, if there was no vintage market, people like Anoush, people like Le Parfumier, people like Samir, all Canadian, by the way, then I wouldn't have any problem spending 20 quid and getting a fragrance like Paul Away by Oscar de la Renta, mint, you know, really good. I have the modern one. It's acceptable, good enough. Acceptable. Much like Lemon Grab. That extra is the whole reason I am into vintage extra. Yeah. Ramsey is just that sentence by Ramsey is going on mine and his like tombstones, isn't it? That extra is the reason I am into vintage fragrances. It's going on my tombstone. That's like going to be in my obituary. Anoush buys up all that banned stock, sticks it in his warehouse for a decade, then sells it to Rich Mitch at 4 times the price, who then does the same thing, apart from doesn't sell it to anybody and just sort of keeps it. The oomph. Anoush, stock up on pre and reformulated, promise the duck will buy them up like Balenciaga pour on. Oscar de la Renta was the first frag I ever bought for a gift, drove me nuts to smell it. Do you like it? Rich has been given honorary Canadian citizenship for keeping Canada's GDP up. That's right. There's been a boom cycle. They call it a bear economy. Ramsey will know that. They're going to change the Canadian national bird to a duck. That's right. From a goose to a duck. That's spot on. Excuse me. Loony. A blind bought a bottle of Paco Rabanne Teneras in Ramsey's recommendation. Woo-wee. How do you like it, Margie? Bry's back. I wonder what Jeremy Hines is. He's probably in transit. A couple of streams ago, he said he missed it because he was in transit, and I thought it said transition. And I just said transition, and I was like, oh, Jeremy Hines has been transitioning again because he's late. And I was like, whoops. Rich is partly responsible for Trudeau's re-election. No, don't blame me for politics. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Last time you were in Eugene's, Marty, you discussed maybe getting a Luton's Fleur d'Orange. Still interested. Hi, Bri. Sent the Days Tiffany for men. A little bit powdery. Nice. Scent of the day is Odor 93 by Mayo Fascini. Robert from Fragrance Journey really likes that brand. Really likes it. It's pretty crazy. Is it similar to Koros? Is what similar to Koros? Tenere? No. No. Louis, not Louis. Emphasis on the U, a rule of thumb in Italian. Second to last vowel gets the pressure. Roger that, MJ. I'm going to try with that, but I'm not going to promise any results. But I will try in earnest. Louis. Not Louis. Poor Louis. Is Oscar de la Renta Italian? I thought Oscar de la Renta was Spanish. I did get Serge Fleur d'Orange. Thanks for remembering Floral Notes. What did you think of it? It's got a bottle of... Excuse me. Pardon me. Got a bottle of 2017 Eau Sauvage in today. On first impressions, I get similarities to Pour Monsieur ADP. Yeah, the same fragrance, basically. Very, very similar. I still need to get to know it, though. Scent of the day is my late grandfather's Pereira Old Brown from the early 80s. Basically a muskia tobacco de cologne. I quite like tobacco. Colombian, I believe. Ah, yes, of course. South American, but Spanish speaking. Keep yawning, for God's sake. Oh, great, no problem. Just saw a listing for one. I keep it noisy to scare the shit out of any innocent bystanders. Sorry? Oh, Dominican even. He gets around as Oscar de la Renta, doesn't he? Good looking out. Thank you. Rose and Queer is well done in my opinion. No, it's not. It's not a good fragrance for me. Rose and Queer is done well in my opinion. It is Rose and Queer, another mind-blowing, but I know, but pleasant to wear and does what it says on the tin. I don't rate it, if I'm honest. The Elena style doesn't translate to heavier notes very well. We're all proud of you. Your father too. Oscar de la Renta is Dominican. Good fragrance. Doesn't matter where he's from. Scent of the day, the Bewitching Yasmin by Penhaligon's. Called the day today and very fitting for this fragrance. I thought I was going to wear Endymion Concentrate today, but then Oscar clapped eyes with us and I thought, oh, go on then. I haven't worn you yet. Not that I've worn Endymion. I might wear that tomorrow. What time is it there, Rich? It's 10 to 10. Which means 9:50 in America. We're all proud of you. Your father too. You just know that's how you're supposed to read that, just by the father. Your father too. Rose and Queer is brilliant, says Bright. I love it. I really like the vetiver in there. I really don't like the leather note from Rose and Queer. I really don't like it. It's prefab. It's a prefabricated leather note. It's not a good perfume, Rose and Queer for my liking. Eugene will be spitting feathers in a minute. 31 Rue Cambon smells like a supermodel. When my girlfriend in university wore her Oscar, I couldn't concentrate on studies. Oh dear. Are you a fan of Dali Pour Homme, says Manly Sense? Not from what I remember of it, no. I've got a bottle somewhere, but again, that got lost in my room as well. I don't know where that is. Margie says, best soft suede perfume for a woman. Ooh. You could try Queer Donge. Queer Beluga. That's a really good shout from Spaced Out. I might have to refer you to the chat for that one, Margie. Sorry, but Queer Donge would smell nice on a lass. Maybe I'm about to say something here, but I know it's not a soft suede, but no. You could try Diane Blonde by Serge Lutens. That's a really nice suede and apricot. Very soft. Very, very soft leather. It's almost like silk. Gallop de Hermes, says Fosco. Something similar between Noir Peace and Rose and Queer, maybe Rudnitska's Rose Accord. I'm going to take my tablets. I'm not going to stay on for much longer. I'm tired now. I must have yawned about 10 times in the last 2 minutes, honestly. Ridiculous. I'm going to do it again. Excuse me. I'm going to do it again in a minute. Yikes. Right. Oh, Rich, that sounds amazing. Yeah, Diane Blonde. I'll put it in the jar for you. Hold on. It's by Serge Lutens. You can still get it. You might be able to get an old style bottle. Oops, I've just. Oh, fuck it, I'll just leave them in there. Sure. You might still be able to get the old style bottle. MJ, I have smelled Bellamy. I've got the vintage one, and I can't imagine keeping Pure Distance M over that. A Pure Distance M would have to be some fucking fragrance for us to keep that. Well, Santal de Maisel by Serge yesterday and swooned over it. Didn't like it in the past. Hasn't it got a big sweaty note in it? Excuse me, whilst I hydrate. Well, Santal de Maisel by Serge. Oh, sorry. All ready for a nap. Samples are in the mail. Excuse me. It's him talking about a nap. Later, Michael. Cheers. Cuir de Lancôme. Yeah, that's nice. Cuir de Lancôme is a nice smooth suede if you can still find a bottle. Yeah, Cuir de Lancôme's really nice. It was a little bit... It wasn't enough for me. I wanted more, you know? I wanted more from my leather fragrance. But Cuir de Lancôme is nice. I can imagine it being really nice on a lass. Bariatrion. Has anyone watched Frederick Moore Perfume Summit video on YouTube? Yes. Yes, I have. Cheers, Michael. Oh, heavens. Curry-esque. I'll tell you what the worst one for a curry note is, and it's not a nice curry either. It's like cheap chip shop curry. It's Le Participe Passé by Serge Lutens. It's foul. Foul. It's just terrified of cumin. Cumin doesn't smell. You don't put cumin on your duck. Feels almost pornographic listening to the duck gulp down that gallon of water. You like that, don't you, bitch? Don't you, Danby? Huh? Take it, you slut. 2 seconds. Ooh. That wasn't very nice. Thanks, Denby. Lancome doesn't make anything horrible. The note of cumin excites me in no uncertain terms, says Alan. Lol at Denby. What up, Bubble Duck? What up, Rudy? While I love Leon and Diaghilev, I still find Ganymede so freaking versatile. It's ridiculous. That's another thing. Today I received the Marc-Antoine Barrois sample set. And that has Ganymede. It has a B683 and B683 extrait. The B683 is like a small road in Britain. Marc-Antoine Barrois. That's right. A vintage haul did not arrive. No, I was asking my mum to fill up my 5-litre bottle of water for us and bring it up when she comes upstairs to bed. Just so I don't have to go up and down the stairs. I avoid going up and down the stairs if I can help it at all costs. That shit. Cherish your hip, because when they go, and you will miss it. B683 is the spicy saffron thing, I think. Yeah. He uses saffron in Ganymede as well. Yes, Rudy did Ramsey a massive solid yesterday by getting them APLS. That's another cumin perfume, apparently a cumin amber sort of thing, isn't it? I might be getting a bottle of that as well, because I was trying to secure one for Ramsey, but if he gets one in the States, me and Ramsey are still waiting frantically, if you can wait frantically, on the bottle of on the package that I sent him, getting through bloody Heathrow. It's been sat at Heathrow for 2 weeks now, 2.5 weeks. It wants to hurry the fuck on. So it's nice. This is the good thing about the community, I think. Like, because in this community, like, a lot of people will help other people just for the sake of helping them, just out of, like, the goodness of their heart. You know, if you're, like, a decent person and, like, you don't have to know each other particularly well. It doesn't take a lot to get to know other people in this community as well. Everybody's very decent, you know. I think Al Pacino wears Smolto, Schmalto, or Pavarotti. He doesn't. He wore Lagerfeld cologne in freaking lazy Brits. Do you know what it is, Ramsey? It's funny. We were talking about how Royal Mail's owned by, like, the state, and, like, the government shouldn't run companies. Do you know, and I didn't know this, apparently Royal Dutch Shell owns Royal Mail now. I did not know this. They've got the controlling stake, or they've got the largest stakeholder in Royal Mail. Royal Mail is no longer a nationalised company. Bonkers. Rich is saying something nice about people in the community. I am bashing his entire island. To be fair, we bash the entire island all the time as well. I've had bottles show up in my house. I'm not talking about cheapies either. Yes, they do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some people just some people in this community are just fudge. Some people in this community are just absolutely lovely. Like Spy and Mash. He's not here today. I don't know where he is. I was talking to him earlier on. Like I got a package off him. Sold him a bottle of vintage, like the previous presentation of Heritage, 50 quid. And I got a parcel back off him. He said he was going to send us a couple of samples, and he sent us a box. And I was like, "Fuck, no, this box is heavy." I was like, "It's fucking heavy, this box, isn't it?" Inside this box was a bottle of sandalwood cologne by Giraffe Trumpet and a bottle of Encre Noir Extreme. No money, he asked. It sort of makes you, I mean, it doesn't make you like well up and stuff like that, but it does, it is touching. It is nice, and it's lovely. It's genuinely like in like the world is like the world is turned to shit. Doesn't matter which way you look at it from. Doesn't matter which direction you're coming at it from. Nobody's satisfied at the minute. Everything's fucking shit. The price of living's gone to fuck. The world seems to be falling apart at the seams, but just it's nice, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's nice to be nice, and people are nice. Wipes tears, exactly, Proddy. It is. It sort of does. It just sort of makes you feel like not everything's not quite so bad, you know. Especially when you've got something in common with other people. Should I get a bottle of Londoneros for $230? No, why not get the original? Go to Enchante and buy Coriolan. Fucking cheaper than half that price, I'm almost certain. I wonder if Anuj is still here. If he is, I'm sure Anuj will sort you out with a 100ml bottle of the original Coriolan, and it's in a nicer bottle as well. One of the best bottles there is, actually. You mean La Matin? The morning thing? Prices below retail, apparently. Do you own Gucci Nobile? Yes, I think I do, Enrique. Rudy, they had a bottle of that on Premier Avenue last year for dirt cheap. Premier Avenue's got some. I got like 5 bottles of the Palais Royal version of Vetiver Oriental last year. I got like 5 bottles of that, and they were like €50 each. That's like what? I was buzzing. Petit Matin is a nice Neroli cologne. Bariatrion, big hug to you. Rudy, Ramsey, what's up, gents? Petit Matin is 1 MFK, I don't mind. Carry what? Coriolan. Hold on a second, I'll tell you. Coriolan. Yeah, Ramsey's told you. Just get Coriolan. It's cheaper and it's better. Tony Montana. Yes, either Lagerfeld or Ungaro, maybe. First time I see you, I like you. Yes, that's right. Montana Como is surprisingly similar to Coriolan. Coriolan was the right fragrance at the wrong time. Gucci Nobile, don't even talk to me about that, please. Oh dear, Rudy, what's up? Group therapy. Everyone join hands. Rudy, what's up? What's the link with the name of the shop? Someone could spell it for me. It's Enchante. Hold on. Just put Enchante perfumes in, Bry. Gucci vintages love to just bend people over. Yeah. Crazy. I've got a bottle of Gucci Envy as well. I've got partial. And I really like the way it smells. Is it worth what people are charging? Absolutely fucking not. Bonkers. I agree, we are an awesome bunch, says Margie. These MFK freshies are nice, but not for me. I can see females wearing it well. Towel perfumes, Freddie Moore, were much cheaper in Europe, so I got a bunch of them well back. That's a good shout, Posco. Ramsey, waves. Hi, Ramsey. Remember when Eugene had a premiere? Yes, yes, I do. I know what I was going to say before I've read it. Remember when Eugene had a Premier Avenue discount code and immediately trashed them out in the same video? Yes. Gucci vintages love to just bend people over. That's right. Another pretty much Cuban orientated cologne is Tobacco Noir by Atelier Cologne. That was hard to say for some reason. Yes, Galen, that was hilarious. Yes. Hello, Margie. Says Rudy. Thank you, Duck. Says Bry. Thank you, Bry. Says Duck. Lol, Galen. Yes, everyone, lol. Do you guys prefer Eau Sauvage 2012 or 2017? I personally prefer the 17. Don't know why, just prefer it. It was a sponsored trashing video. Yes, that's right. Professor Melvin Cat. I only have 17, says FCM415. Damn good one. Thank you, Dimashi. Yeah. Professor Melvin. Goodbye. Hi and bye. Oh my giddy aunt. $2017 for me too. Bryce is Westernhood. I think a lot of it's got to do with which one you smell first. You know? Premier Avenue uses the post office to ship and customs in Chicago as some of the laziest customs employees in the world. During the holidays, my package sat in customs for 45 days. Oh, God almighty. Peter is back. Oh. Another government-run agency that doesn't work. Surprise, surprise. You never know. It might be owned by Royal Dutch Shell, like the British Post Office. Peter is having vegetable soup. Finally, Peter's not eating total shit for once. That's nice. The USPS hub in Chicago is brutal, says Anoush. I'd rather use Strawberry Net than Premier Avenue. Cheers, folks. Gotta go. This weather is shite. This island is outrageous. Spot on, Barry Atrian. I got a 2017 bottle in today, and it's great. I wasn't trying to pay those outrageous prices for 2012. No, you're absolutely spot on, mate. I think 17's better personally, but there we are. I get similarities to Paul Monsieur ADP on first impressions. Ooh. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't think I get similarities to Paul Monsieur. Though it is like a citrus thing at the top. All the customs hubs suck. Yeah, Chicago is the worst. LA is usually faster. Yeah, News, keep my packages out of Chicago, please. Lol. Mine usually go through Philadelphia when I get them from News. They usually go to Kentucky, then to Philadelphia. That's what I think. I think that mine usually spend like the grand total of about 5 minutes in Kentucky. Then they go to Philadelphia and then they're in Britain. I think if I was going to ship to Ramsey again, I might use UPS. I mean, to be fair, it's up to Ramsey. Like, I mean, he's paying for it, so. UPS is usually good for me, Rudy. DHL is the best, he says. Just don't use Hermes. Still waiting, Peter. Still stuck. 2.5 weeks. Are Patricia Nicolai perfumes actually that good? No. I'm in Cali and it almost always go through New York, which is okay. What happened to the perfumes you shipped out of the States or the States? They rung you and asked you what's up. Have you rung them and asked them what's up? Yes. They said it could be staff shortages. It could be waiting for an aeroplane. What was the other one? I can't remember. There was another one as well, and I was like, wow. I was like Chris Rock after he got slapped. I was like, wow. Staff shortages, eh? Maybe if you tried fucking paying people properly, they would turn up and do the fucking job. Well, the people are going to go and do another job if you don't fucking have fucking... If they don't have fucking, like a decent standard, you know what I mean? People will be going and getting like a better wage somewhere else. DHL is a fucking dream. German efficiency to the max. Rich, they'll blame COVID or Trump. Who will? And for what? I seen Mr. Trump asking Vladimir Putin for help to win the election again. It's fucking nuts, that. Just the whole setup of everything at the minute. You know? Crazy. Just the whole setup of like the world, not just like politics. Brands are still blaming COVID for shipping issues. Yeah. Sometimes I just want to call them out on it. But the thing is that now we've got the war in the Ukraine, nobody fucking mentions the fucking COVID anymore. Like, I don't know what it's like in America, but before COVID, it was fucking Brexit for 4 years. Everything was about Brexit. Nobody talked about anything but Brexit. And then as soon as COVID turned up, nobody mentioned Brexit anymore. And now the war in the Ukraine started, nobody mentions COVID anymore. I found that the post office is 100 times more reliable than FedEx. They're the worst. Yeah, I don't use FedEx. Brands are still... No, I've read that one, sorry. The FedEx guys are much more handsome, according to Alan. Can a beagle be trained to sniff out vintages? I don't know, but if they do, please let us know. I don't have problems with FedEx. I use them all the time, says Peter. You've got a contract with them, though, haven't you? You're the type of person that they want to keep happy. You're not like a one-time user. Everything is relative. It's gone. It'll be back in November. Yeah, it's like a seasonal thing. So my doctor was saying to me, I've had 4 vaccines, like. I might be starting on this new medication. I'm not going to get into it now because it's a bit much, but I might be starting on this new medication. Sounds more scary than it is, but I'm going to have to be double careful. If you think I'm having to be careful now, I'm going to have to be double careful. It's over 3 million fucking cases of COVID in this country last month. Everybody's got the, which is the variant that's not very strong. Oh. Omicron, that's the one. Everybody's got that fucking thing. Problem is, if I got that, I'd be fucked. Unfortunately. Don't have a shit immune system. That's the moral of that story. Yeah, Peter's got a business contract, which means they'll fucking bend over and let Peter have a go of their bum. You know what I mean? Business contracts are the ones where they make all that fucking money, like. Megatron. The Megatron version. All the express services are good. DHL is almost all express, so it's always fast and reliable. Yeah, you get what you pay for, doesn't it? It's as true as it. It's as true as. It's always been the case. You know what I mean? You pay peanuts, you get monkeys. It's like Royal Mail. They don't have great wages. You don't make a lot of money going to work for Royal Mail, so they get like the lowest of the fucking. They get the lowest people on the fucking ladder, you know, which means they aren't very fucking. Going to organise a famous meetup in the Newcastle VIP lounge with the max 40 goodie bags. Oh God! Didn't he have a fucking? Wasn't there like something that he did at that Centre Explore where he had he said he had technical issues and had to end it and then had to like post all the winners like after the show and basically gave them all to his mates. So nobody actually like who paid for it got the chance to win anything. That's called fraud. I'm a bit worried about catching COVID when I go to India. Well, then don't go to India. I'm going to Thailand in 2 weeks. God forbid I catch COVID before then, working at the hospital. Jesus Christ. I hope you don't, mate. There's another subvariant of Omicron, which is supposed to be weaker. I'm hoping it morphs to death. I think that's what viruses tend to do, Rudy. They tend to morph to death because what happens is they kill all the fucking successful hosts, so they can't like move on anymore. They're like, that's the problem with viruses, you know, where the cases where they win, they kill the host, so that it's not a very successful parasite. It's not like bot flies. You know, you get a bot fly, it doesn't kill you, it just lives in your leg and shits inside you. You know what I mean? 40 is going to discontinue everything before then. No perfumes for you. That's right. Going to suck the blood out of the game. The Postmaster General in the US has a ton of stock in FedEx, UPS, and now the post office is severely underfunded. Sounds like something that would happen, to be fair. If everything worked the way it was supposed to work, everything would be great. So the problem with systems is the people that are in them, you know? It's like fast cars. Cars could go a lot faster if it wasn't for the fact that people had to drive them, you know? Yeah, selection pressure means viruses usually evolve to become more transmissible and less deadly. Yes, that's right. That's what I was saying, except I said it in like big fat words instead of Denby's like eloquence. The world is kabuki theater. COVID is gone, so 2 years destroyed slaves. Fuck you, pay me. Kabuki theater. I've got some Japanese prints. One day I will show you these Japanese prints. No, none of the Ukiyo-e stuff. But if you go on the YouTube channel, David Bull, you will see the type of stuff that he sells. He's got a website called Moku Hankan. And he makes traditional Japanese wood block prints, and they're beautiful. I've got the Great Wave one. Roger's next release is Kabuki for the Kabuki Theatre Opera House. Do you know, I don't know whether you're joking or not, because that's exactly the type of shit he would do. First holiday since friggin' COVID. Still taking care of patients today. Yeah. Does Dior have a perfume called Kabuki? I don't think so. Possibly. It's like, you just know for a fact that, like, Roger would do that sort of shit. Totally. Rose Kabuki. They want us to pretend the last 2 years were just a pothole on the road. I love a pothole. I once buckled a fucking wheel on my car. hitting a pothole, like properly buckled it. Like the alloy wheel on my car looked like Pac-Man. Seriously, had a massive slice of pie like bent into it. I was like, whoa. Kabukicho, red light district in Tokyo. Outrageous fun. Yeah, there was like a whole section, wasn't it? The Ukiyo-e, the floating world. Kabuki Poor Femme has a nice ring to it. Rose Kabuki. Claret Kabuki. Rose Kabuki Hermes, no. Nope, it's Dior. Rose Ikebana, you're thinking of, Pradeep. No, sorry, Denby. I with Denby and Rudy's sentiments. Yes. FCM. Rose Ikebana is wonderful. I'm gonna try it when I go to Manchester with Audrey Jane and Jura Rose. I'm also going to go through that entire Louis Vuitton range and possibly buy Nuit de Feu. What else? I don't know. I'm looking forward. I'm going to try all of the new Dior ones because I haven't smelled a lot of them. I want to spend some good time with Spice and is it Spice Blend? Spice and Wood, I nearly said. Give our. My DHL girl called to tell me that package will get stuck in my mailbox due to holiday weekend closing and offered to deliver it to my house. That's great customer service. Yes. And it gives you goodwill towards these people, doesn't it? You know what I mean? When you get somebody who you know you can deal with and trust and that, it just makes you want to deal with them only, doesn't it? You know, you find somebody who like it's almost like being able to predict the future. You know you're going to have an easy and a good time. So, I mean, that does make it sound like a mistress or something. If you're not going to have an easy and a good time. But yes, this says a lot about the Dior Privé line. Nouveau Monde by LV. Yes, Rudy's raised it. That's right. Roger had nothing but malarkey for Houdini when explaining what a perfumer was. Yes, he left a lot of room, didn't he? He left a lot of room there to wriggle around in, didn't he? The horrible little shit. Fucking hilarious. Because Houdini was like there. You know what I mean? Houdini was like, so what's your definition of a perfumer? Oh, yes. Fosco, you've got to say it. Sorry, I haven't got this. I can't look at the I can't look at the I can't look at the screenshots right now, but Eugene's right. Roger lawyered his way out of that. What's your definition of a perfumer? Wasn't somebody who sits at the fucking organ and actually makes the fucking things. He gave about 4 different definitions for what one could be so that he could fucking bullshit. Because Roger's obviously seen what's happened with the Creed book, the Ghost Perfumer, and he's realized that people are not willing to accept that shit. FCM back to work. Take care. Michael John. Yeah, Roger, I bet he got worried when that book came out. Spot on, Peter. I bet he shit himself. Not only the fact that because he's mentioned in it. Greggy Boy's still got my copy of that. He hasn't read it yet. I wish he would. I want to chat to him about it. Roger had nothing but I've read that, sorry. Danby didn't mean it like that, but she is kind of cute, huh? I really like Spice Blend. It does get shit on though. Yeah. Do you tell them the parcel contains cosmetics? No, I said it contained glassware. I'll be wearing that within a month or so. What are you saying, Alan Hanson? You talk Nouveau Mont. Sorry. But wait, Roger Lloyd. I don't understand the ego of being the perfumer. Just be like Mal. Yeah, I would agree. That's what I would do. I wouldn't be a perfumer. I'd rather be like Frederick Mall. Let somebody else do the hard work. I get my name on the bottle still, but like give them the credit as well. You know what I mean? Like if I was like Frederick Mall, I'd get Peter to make a fragrance, and then be like, Peter made this fragrance, but here I am as well. You know? Do you know what I mean? It's like he did all the work, but give me half the credit. Fantastic. You know? Not that I'm saying that's what Frederick Mall does, but you know what I'm saying. I would be like, I would have no problem sharing the limelight because the thing is that you get half of everybody else's credit. They only get half of yours. You know? Damn Roger and his great taste. I just think Roger knows what. Roger knows what Roger needs to know to make it work. I got an email from Roger asking what my spirit animal is. Fuck off. I bet Roger's spirit animal was a chameleon. Yes, that's right. Or the only leopard in the world that changes its fucking spots. Spice blend similar to bay rum scent. I was talking about bay rum scent earlier. I actually really enjoyed that bay rum scent. I got one off a Nouge, the Royal line. If you watched that unboxing haul I did, I really like that fragrance. I really like the lime one as well. I really like it. It smells like a tropical ice lolly. Fantastic. It smells like holidays. Yeah, it's weird that in fashion a creative director is an esteemed position, whereas in perfume, the person at the organ, which is equivalent to the pattern cutter in fashion, is the romanticized role. Rich and Cuddles have something in common. Rudy. Rudy's gone through the forbidden door. He loves bay rum. Well, I mean, even a stopped clock gives the right time twice a day. You know what I mean? I do like the smell of bay rum, though. I cannot tell a lie. Like I said, even a fucked clock gives the right time twice a day. Who was Cuddles? Don't ask Margie, for God's sake. Stay well away. Protect Margie. She must be protected at all costs. Don't go near him. He's an evil man. Horrible man. Bad man. He walks like a penguin. Like a crab. Sideways. No, that's not very nice. No, I'm not going to say that. It's gone quiet at the minute. You know what I mean? It's gone quiet, and that's the way I want it to stay. Like I'm praying he's forgot that I exist. Do you know what I mean? I think I've got away from him. I feel bad for everybody else who still has to talk to him, but I'm free, so I'm not. Yes, Margie, you definitely need protecting. Protecting from Mr. Miami Cuddles. Good Lord. Oh. Form a human shield around Margie quick. Oh dear. What time is it? Excuse me. How long have I been on for? Oh shit, there's my belly button. 2 hours and a half. Thank God you're wearing pants. Yes, good point, Peter. Yes, it is. I'm wearing pants. I'll love that kind of just Denby into his gonzo. Love that candid shot. Denby's just had to cross his legs. Margie try Rosa Cabana. Bry was enjoying that as well. I like me round little belly button there. Excuse me. Fucking hell. I'll go on for another 5 minutes. To be fair, Peter's saying, thank God I'm wearing pants, but my legs are probably the only bit of his left that are like in extremely good shape. You can see the veins on my legs and stuff like that, you know what I mean? I tried my sample of Shura 2 and it's amazing. I've never even heard of that. What is it? Denby with an evil look. People like feet. You know what I mean? I do know what you mean, but I wish I didn't. Rosa Cabana. Okay, I will check it out. Better than Cocoa, but I'm not comparing it to vintage Cocoa. Vintage Cocoa is fucking beautiful, like. It's thicker than a whale omelette. Pardon me. I go to the bathroom again. I don't know. Will I make it another 5 minutes? Does Audrey Jane have a channel? Audrey Jane does have a channel. Let's see if I can dig up Audrey Jane's channel for you. Let's see if I can find Audrey Jane's channel. Where is it? I'll put the link in the description. God, I've got so many channels on here that begin with A. View channel. Share. Copy link. Live stream. Copied. There you go. That's Audrey Jane's channel, Margie. She's done a few videos. She was going to do another one. Then she got that cold that's kicking around. It's not COVID, but it's like the worst cold ever. Excuse me. Eugene probably jerked his neck so hard when he heard it's better than Cocoa. Probably turned to stone. That is Audrey Jane's channel, Margie. She's done a few videos. She was meant to do one a couple of weeks ago, but then she just didn't upload it. Apparently there was an International Fragrance Day. And they'll give anything a day of its own now, won't they? It's crazy. You can't, like, not everything is like worthy of its own day, you know? There's a duck day. Well, I mean, obviously there's a duck day. Anything to make money, spot on, really. Hashtag Smelfy. Later, Sheila. I didn't know there was a duck day. National Vintage Haul Day. That's every day for me. Bye, Margie. Vintage Day. Beak Day. Rich Mitch Day. Everybody's got their own day. It's like their birthday, do you know what I mean? And then there are like religious holidays and stuff. So if you're of a religion or a culture which celebrates a religion, then you'll probably partake in something like that. Then thanks to like certain social fucking conventions, we've got like weekends off, usually 2 days out of 7. Like in like Western societies, the only reason that we used to get 1 day a week off was the church, which used to demand that everybody had Sundays off so you could go and pray. You know what I mean? And then in Britain, it wasn't until the unions, fought for stuff like paid holidays and stuff like that, and like even Saturdays, getting Saturdays off. People used to work 6 days a week, not 7. You know what I mean? That was the case in Britain anyway. I don't know about like other parts of the world, but like the mine owners and like the owners of all like the businesses in like the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th centuries used to just use people as like cattle. How the hell did I get onto this? Oh, everybody having their own day. Anyway, one day my 35 bottle haul will come in, but I just keep adding to it. It'll never end. Yeah, I've been there. Me and Ramsey were talking about that earlier. We're deep, deep, deep in the game. Deep in that rabbit hole. Oh, Rudy, Coromandel or Mitza? Probably Coromandel, I would have thought. Coromandel only because there was many great ambers, but not many Coromandels. Oh, I would probably go with Coromandel as well, yeah. Coromandel isn't anything like me to know that they're very different, like they're very different perfumes, to be fair. One's an amber, one's a patchouli. Deep in the game sounds like a rap song. It does actually sound like a rap song. We are deep in the hole. Sounds like a financial situation though. Like we're just sort of like we're lost, aren't we? You know, we have passed the point of no return. Correct. It's classy, says Eugene. What time is it? Alright, it's past 2.5 hours. I'm going now. Thank you to everybody who has watched. I hope you have enjoyed the stream. I have enjoyed the stream. It's always nice to talk to you. It's always nice to have conversation and see everybody turn up and everybody interact with each other and have a decent time. I will not get a coffee. It is too late. I want to go to sleep tonight. I will see you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.